Hello everyone. Well, today's topic is fairly serious. I usually do talk about serious things, but normally it's like politics. Most of the time, I get fairly excited about politics. And I'm not sure how smiley I'm really going to be today, but I think I have to talk about this because, yes, it's talked about in society, but I've never spoken to you all about it. I don't really share my views on it. If someone asks me, yes, I'm going to say how I feel about it. But I think I would just share this, so I'm sharing it now. My topic right now is rape. Last year, I read an article in a newspaper about a young woman who was attacked. Now, the circumstances aren't that important right now, or where, or when exactly. But what's important is the fact that someone was raped. And we watch different TV shows, especially those crime procedurals, and we see the ins and outs of how the cases go down and what's not. The policeman comes on the scene, someone is raped or blah. We usually see it from the policeman's point of view with a little bit about the person, but we don't really get the full picture, and I don't even have the full picture, but when I read that story, it really did impact me. Impacted me a lot, actually. I read it, and my mouth, I was very silent. I was actually in the class, and the class was just about to begin, because I wasn't doing other things in class that you're not supposed to be doing, right? And when I read that story, a silence came over me, and I remember thinking to myself, but why? Why did she have to be raped? Why is it that in all of the things that happen in the universe, this had to happen? Because this thing that happened to her has happened to so many people, male and female. And I'm going to focus today primarily on the circumstance where women are raped, even though I know there are high statistics. There are significant statistics showing that men are raped too. I know this. I'm going to focus on women. I may do a video at some point in time speaking about men. And the thing is, before I had read that article, I was actually speaking about something else, which I was getting fairly, not passionate about, but fairly passionate about, yeah? And that paled in comparison to this situation here that I'm speaking to you about. There's no need for rape. I'm not saying there's no need. I mean, you ask yourself sometimes, like, why would something like this come about? Why? What is there in all of the cosmos that puts it into someone's head? This time, I'm speaking about a man, into his head that he can violate, or he should go and violate someone like that. Can you imagine? I don't know who's going to watch this video, if ever, 0 to 100 to 1,000,000 people, but can you imagine the trauma a person goes through after, just through the whole process of being raped? I imagine many things, and I don't really want to imagine this, but I'm imagining it because I need to understand it more. I think we all need to understand it more. The word rape is used quite often in the media for different things. We're raping the environment. We see it on television a lot. This person was raped, movie, that person was raped. We see it in the media to the point that it's almost like violence. You're dull to it. Rape itself is a form of violence. But let's just put ourselves into that frame of mind again. What it really means for something like this to occur. I'm telling you, when you start to imagine it, it gives you a feeling that you don't want to have. I don't know how vivid your imagination is, but mine is fairly vivid, and I can imagine things fairly well. This is not something I want for anyone. And I want to speak to men, because people speak about rape, but I don't think they really discuss it. Men themselves have a responsibility, as much as possible, and I know it's hard, to control whatever urges you have in there. There are discourses about rape where, it's said that rape is a form of dominance and power. It's a discourse of power, right? Sometimes it sounds like the academic, because that's what I do. I do a lot of academic work. So I just said, like, discourse of power. It's a power play. But we don't have the right, as men, we do not have the right, or boys, males, we do not have the right to violate anyone. People, in general, do not have the right to violate anyone. The colonial masters did not have a right to violate slaves, enslaved people. They did not have the right. They did not have the right to take you up from where you were and put you wherever. They did not have the right to exploit your labor. They did not have the right. But with rape now, you do not have the right to violate anyone. The thing is, we're living in society, and sometimes we forget that a society, to a large extent, is an artificial construct. No, I know people have these fun videos online that speak to you about many things and give you insightful things, and they're well edited and what's not. And at some point in time, I'll get to the well edited videos, and I'm just putting this here. I'm not putting it in any fun way, whatever. But I know it's something that we don't really think about a lot. But we live in societies. We have communities, and we have societies, and civilizations. These things are artificial constructs. They're not the most natural thing. We have rules and regulations for a reason, for the safety of each other, to protect us from the wild of what else is around us in creation. We come together for our natural safety to be secured. And the only way we can do that is by respecting the rights of each other. You can apply this to whatever you're doing in life with the rights of people in all different circumstances. At this point in time, I'm speaking about this thing called rape. This vile thing. I may do another video on this at some point in time. But the point I would want to get across in this video, for sure, is that while we may not always remember that we are living in a society where that is not a circumstance which is not entirely natural, we are living in it, we benefit from it, and we have to respect what secures us. We do not get to do absolutely every single thing that we want and just violate the sanctity of others. Forget even the rights. Women, females, girls, females, women are precious. Humans are precious. But they are yes, it takes two to tango, but they give us, they give men a precious view of life that we don't even see in ourselves at times. We should never, ever, ever sully such beauty. Never violate anyone. Revere the female, because they are absolutely vital for our own survival. What I mean by this is, it is the woman who really provides, in many circumstances, that security that we all need as people. Emotional security, physical security. And when I'm speaking about women being beautiful, I'm speaking about their intelligence, their warmth, the emotion, all different forms of intelligence they bring to this world that make men feel comfortable enough to be able to function. Think about a world where only men lived. It would, or there was some other gender or something like that, some other sex, or some other gender. I know they're two different things. And there wasn't any female. I don't know, but I like that there's a female entity around. I'm not going to say anything like, oh, what if it were your mother? I shouldn't have to do that. I shouldn't have to bring your mother into the picture, your sister into the picture, your cousin into the picture for you to understand that you're not supposed to rape somebody. It shouldn't work like that. But I guess I can't talk about shoulds, shoulda, woulda, coulda, these normative things, right? What I have to speak about is the reality of the situation, that there are people out there who violate people. And of course this video is not going to stop it from from happening. Even though if it could, that would be lovely. Rape is a serious thing. There are other serious things going on in the world. Somebody has to speak about serious things going on in the world. Somebody has to give voice to these situations, these issues, and that's what I'm trying to do. That's what I'm doing. I'm hoping that I stay steadfast in my journey, and I'm hoping that you all stay on the journey with me. If any other thoughts come to me about this in the future, I'm going to give my thoughts on it, on those things. I'm going to make sure that at least I leave my mark where people can say, hey, yeah, that guy said something about this thing, and you know what, it was insightful, or it helped me. For those males out there who are struggling with whatever emotions they're going through, get help. Let's all try and get help for whatever it is that we're going through. Let us curb whatever it is in our lives that push us to points where we feel as though we have to do something, or we can do something, or we need to exercise our power, because maybe we don't have power in our lives, in our personal lives, so we need to exact that on other people. Let's try to find ways. Let's find those ways. Not just try. Let's find those ways. Please, let's find those ways to make ourselves better, because we need to be better, not just for other people, but for ourselves. We need to find ways to grow beyond the things that sully our souls. This is the only way we are going to progress as a people. I am sure, and I use that word progress very cautiously, because people think, in order to progress, you must do away with the old. There may be things that are old, which we would really be better with today that we've already thrown away, and that's sad. There's a certain level of respect for people which needs to be cultivated. We need to have it. It is the only way we can perpetuate what we've already started to build. No matter who you are, your station in life, you deserve to be respected. Women deserve to be respected. Their bodies deserve to be respected. Their right to self-determination deserves to be respected. The sanctity of their lives in every aspect deserves to be respected. And we as males, whether you are a boy, a young adult, or an adult male man, we need to realize that we have a responsibility to our counterparts to be the best people we can be. And I hope somewhere, somehow, what I have said today will reach someone who may be on a path to that destruction of the soul. And I hope, and when I mean destruction of the soul, I mean destruction of his soul and the imposition on another person's. I hope that somewhere someone is reached, and I hope that somehow that person understands what I'm saying. Have a good day. Until next time.